Right. So these folks, they came together, they felt isolated within the system, they do not feel they belong into the system, and what they did was
Yeah,
to
just
create
strategic.
their own means
Yeah,
of
someone goes
getting
to
out of the
okay, you
situation.
go and
They get out of the situation they find themselves, and as a result, they created a lot of things for themselves. They created grocery shops, they created petrol stations, they created taxi business, they created home developers, they created credit unions, cooperative banks, and as such. And we see all those people today, right? We see all those companies today still thriving, still doing well. We have examples of all those banks, the credit union banks, you have all the cooperative, whether it's taxi business and all these things. What that does for them was to give them an opportunity to build wealth, create wealth within themselves, and also keep the money they earn onto themselves. Now, with that kind of introduction and understanding, we want to talk about the problem. We have seen that this is a trajectory that happens, whether we like it or not, is the reality of our society right now, especially for us as immigrants. Now, this helps us to understand better what is the problem. Now, we find out that individuals in many immigrant communities encounter challenging working conditions and low wages. And as a result, they engage in various jobs, which is just similar to what we find in the Rochdale example in 1844. Now, and I'm very sure some of us will kind of, we will be able to look at this introspectively to know that many people, regardless of your situation, wherever you came from, you have a bit of challenge in getting into the workforce completely here. You have a lot of people that are medical doctors that have to go through 4 or 5 years before they can even practice. Many people who are never able to practice, and going into kind of odd jobs and all those kind of a thing that won't help them to build wealth quickly or make money the way they should have made it. So this is the reality in the immigrant communities of today. Challenging work environment, we have low wages, and it has now become something of pride that people are saying, oh, you know what, I got four, 5 jobs. You don't need 4 or 5 jobs. At the end of the day, salary will take the whole thing, and then you ended up not with nothing, So, but this is the reality that Ajopro recognize as a problem. And then based on this problem, we create a unique value proposition, how to address the problem. What are the things that we could do to address this problem? And what we kind of considered is creating a dynamic ecosystem that redefine financial empowerment, one goal at a time. One goal at a time. So the purpose is to help the immigrant reduce the long-term cost that are associated with wealth building. There is a cost associated with wealth building. That one is a given. But there is also the additional cost associated with wealth building when it comes to the immigrant community. And these are some of the things that we kind of understand. That was the reason why Ajopro came. And we provided a solution. This solution has been working. This solution has been utilized by a lot of people within the country. And this solution has helped a lot of people to come out of the situations they find themselves paying and paying and paying all their money to taxes and interest and all those kind of a thing every time and not getting well along. This is the solution we are presenting to you today. For those who are joining us for the first time, or those who have questions and might want to get into it and need to kind of know better and know more. So this is a community funding wallet that was created for disciplined users to meet their unique financial needs. There is always a need, there's always a goal, there's always something you're thinking about and you're looking forward to addressing. So this Ajopro created this funding wallet, a community funding wallet that is able to help us to meet those financial needs. Now, how does this work? So these walk through a dynamic ecosystem that redefine the financial empowerment that we have, one goal at a time, one milestone at a time, one activity at a time. And as you continue to utilize this, you find out that in the cost of wealth building, in the cost of doing your things financially, you have enough literacy to understand, and you have a bigger empowerment within your fingertips to achieve what you desire to achieve. And this is coming at a very, very reasonable cost to you compared to the other available opportunities out there. Now, in order to put this in a better perspective, I want you to imagine a couple that are planning to take possession and closing their first home in 10 months. Many of us have done that, uh, trying to close the house, whether the house is being built by a contractor for you, or whether it is something that you want to buy and you are setting a closeout date. When you get into such things, your bank, the first thing they will tell you is that you must not open another credit account during this time, because it's going to affect your credit rating. It's going to create situations for you where the loan may be truncated, or you may get into a higher interest rate. That's something that we all relate with. Now, these folks, they are still short of $10,000 to to purchase new appliances for their home. They still need this money. They have to purchase, because you can't have a home that doesn't have a gas cooker, stove, fridge, and all those things. You need the money. And how do you get it? This is how Ajopro steps in. Now, what the couple needs to do is to establish an appliance milestone in Ajopro. And when you go into Ajopro, you can see the picture on the other screen. You create this milestone. And when you establish this appliance milestone, and then you start saving towards your purchase. Two things it does there for you. It helps you to be a disciplined saver that actually mitigates the challenges of the cost of borrowing. Because if you go to the bank and borrow additional money, you may likely lose your credit. You may likely not get the funding from the bank eventually. So these are the kind of things that happen in our world. And these as delayed major project for many people in the immigrant community. Or sometimes they don't even get it at all. Now, going into the same scenario that we are looking at. So let's say these people set up a 25 cycle bi-weekly plan on Ajopro and postpone the purchase to July the 17th, to July, which is the 17th position on the contribution plan. They will be able to only pay $258 for that purchase. The calculations are here. These are real live calculations that you will find out. 17 position on the Rosca plan, paying 448 towards the goal gives them 10,941, and the cost for that purchase will be $258.07. Now, this created an opportunity for them that they don't have to go into further debt to purchase their new appliance. And many of us have used all these appliance things because, when you buy things from this appliance store, their credit card, using their credit card, they are usually like 18 to 22%. Some of them go as far as 25 to 28%. So you don't need to go into debt for those anymore. With Ajopro, you will be able to set up your milestone. You will be able to determine when you need this money by, and you'll be able to be in control of your own finances. Now, let's say, I'm just playing the different scenarios here. Let's say the couple wants the money in November, which is further forward. So they are actually defining the benefit. Instead of taking it in July, they are rather taking it in November. What happened? And on the same bi-weekly Rosca plan, they will find out that if they defy it to the end of the Rosca, they actually gain $161.28 over the contribution. And this is also tabulated and postulated here for us to see and validate. At the same 448 twice a month, to number 25, they will walk away with $361 and 28 cents, meaning on top of their $10,000, which was their contribution, they still gained some money, and they had $161 additional income on that. So now, let's say these people, because many times we need money, we want money right away. Let's say these folks, they wanted the money right away. That's the situation with many of us. We need the money right away. And then based on the fact that we need the money right away, we cannot defy it. We cannot wait till the end of it or till the middle of it or take number 17. We want the money right now. And when you want the money right now, what it means is that you cannot defer the benefit. You want to take the benefit right now. So by all means, it's going to cost you something. It's not just going to be free, but whatever it's costing you is still very, very good compared to what is out there for you. So if they take number one, on that $10,000 and they just take it now. And why would people need money right away? Possibly they want to start their businesses right away. They need that money to advance it. They want to do their business development right away. They need to pay their tuition fees in school right away. Those are things that cannot be delayed, that cannot be deferred. But at the end of the day, they will not need to be paying any monthly interest. They will just continue to pay whatever their ROSCA amount is. The 448 is what they will continue to pay, but there will be a one-time charge. And that one-time charge is what we know that is far, far better compared to what is out there. Understand, this is a website thing from Payday Loans Canada. For every, it costs you $17 for every $100 that you borrow, which is the same as an annual interest rate of 442%. And let me be honest with you, this is legitimate. This is normal. The laws approve it. The laws, because they have the license to practice and to do that, which means a lot of people are falling victim of these predatory loans because they don't have the knowledge. They don't have the understanding of how it works. You take $10,000, you are paying $442. I mean, 42% in payment before you can finish paying it. However, so this what it means is you pay if you pay whatever you are paying at the end of the day, 448, which is what Ajopro will tell you to pay, you will have to pay on your 10,000 $44,200. And this does not make sense. Some people are still doing this up till this moment. These are the ways that people are not able to make money. If you took $10,000 to pay 44,000, that is a lot of waste. And those are the kind of things that Ajopro is want people to be aware of and to be able to go to do something about. Now, Loans Canada's website, these are also on the website. You can see that you can pay between 15 to 25% on every $100 that you borrowed. And this is from the government of BC. This is 400%. So you can see that there is no way out. There is no way winning if you are not financially literate enough to understand how you're going to have to handle this. But what happened when you come to Ajopro? You only pay $1,200 for taking number one on that ROSCA. $1,200, not $44,000, not even $1,500. And the way it's structured in Ajopro is once this one-time money is paid, one-time fee is paid, whatever money you pay, every single contribution, 100% goes into your Rosca. There is nothing that is earmarked for loan, for interest or something like that. We don't do interest. We just put the concept of interest for people to kind of have an understanding of what it is. So these are the ways that we in Ajopro have been able to eliminate the burden of the cost of borrowing from people as able for them to get well and to get ahead. This is put on this cost benefit attribution scale and making it very easy for us. You know, it helps us to understand the power of responsible saving and unlocks the financial advantage when we use our tailored interest spectrum time value algorithm to be able to do this. In very simple terms, 10 people coming together to pay, to contribute 1,000 to $100 a month for 10 months. And each and every one of them we pay this amount for the $5 for the first person as the cost, $39 for the second person at the cost. And at the end of the day, the last two people, we actually have something on top of their payment because they deferred their benefit. This is what we do. And this is how we are completely different from the banks, from all those predatory lenders, and also from the traditional way that people know what Ajo to be. Because if you take the first one in Ajo and the person that takes the last one, you are still earning the same amount, and there is no factor in of your the time value of money. Now, we have this concept here with Ajopro. We believe that if you run your Roscas in a certain manner, responsive manner, with smart and intelligence approach, you will end up paying nothing in cost at the end of the day. You end up paying nothing in cost or pay something insignificant. We'll give examples of the following folks, you know, like Rita. Rita is a dreamer, a resilient dreamer, age 32, originally from the Republic of Congo. Our income is low level, and our goal is just to fund our handmade craft business so that she can build a financial stable foundation for herself. She has limited resources. She doesn't have the money. She doesn't have the history of lending in this country. And you know, a lot of things they tell you, oh, you don't have any credit history, so you can't get money. You don't have this, you don't have that, and all those kind of a thing. And that will limit whatever you can get from the institutions. But what this lady did was to come to Ajopro and create a 1045 10-month plans for 6 years, which means she pays $100 and she used these within the 6 years. She took various positions like number 10, number 10, number 10, trying to save up. The fourth year, she wanted to launch herself, took number 1, pay $45, and the sixth year, she took number 10 again. And at the end of the day, she took 6,270 and she ended up paying nothing in fees, nothing in fees. And she was able to fund a business. Many of us are in the same boat. You want to fund your business, you want to start something, you have a business. It may not be a craft business, but something else. In this wise, you are able to use Ajopro to build the foundation. You are able to use Ajopro to get your financial capital through the milestone creating. And when you continue to do this on an annual basis for whatever reasons and how you want to do it, you realize that you end up paying nothing in cost at the end of the day. That's why Ajopro is not essentially a one-off thing. We encourage you to continue to do it year after year so as to take maximum advantage of how the Rosca works. We have this 52-year-old Chinese lady who also wanted to, she wanted to do a vacation, and she needed money and she needed to plan for the vacation, and she did a 3804 12-month plan for 3 years, and she paid 317, take position 10, position 6, position 12, and at the end of the day, she got 11,346 and she paid only $68. That's what we're talking about, $68. So she's able to raise the money for her vacation, and she doesn't have to break the bank. She doesn't have to owe money. Many people, they go on vacation, when they come back, they spend all the credit card, and then when they are now paying the credit back, their mind is not at rest, and they are fighting everybody, including their wife and children, that don't you know you have come to we just come from vacation. No, you can actually plan for your vacation. You can do what is needful, creating your milestones and reaching your goal
Dara,
without necessarily getting into debt and paying unnecessary interest. And we can also relate with um, this Maria, an ambitious newcomer and a single mom. She's from Nigeria with uh, you know, she wants to finance her education without having to incur high interest debt. And I tell you this, even a lot of Canadians, they go into all this student loan and all those things, and if they don't pay it on time, they kind of pay a lot of interest in paying it back. But how did Ajopro help Maria? So Ajopro helped Maria by helping, she created this 6 years program. Every year, she does the 446 a month, which is like 10,000, which we actually demonstrated earlier on. The first year, she was trying to build up, pay to position 25. Second year, position 5. Various positions that she took. At the end of the 6 years, she has funded her education to the tune of $63,632.90. And guess what? She only needed to pay a cost of $1,840. And these are the ways that effective management of your finances and using the Ajopro Rosca system uh, can help you to reduce the cost of borrowing, to help you navigate through all these tough terrains of wealth building as an immigrant. Many of us will relate to the fact that when we come to this country, this is very significant and profound. When we come to this country, we do not come when we are young. We came in at 35, 40, if we are lucky. I came in when I was around 34, 35 years, and I've been here now about 34 years. I've been here now for 23 years. And imagine me coming here at 33 years, and can you compare me with somebody who was born here? No, because literally, no matter how, I have to start all over again. I still consider myself lucky. I got a lot of people that comes here at 40, 50 years. When they get here and they get into a mortgage of 25 years, a mortgage of 25 years, and they are here already at 50. Retirement age is set at 65. So when they retire at 65, they are still paying mortgage when their income is nothing anymore. When their income has reduced significantly, that is the time that their mortgage is still being paid. And according to the research that we did, which was presented at Collision by Mr. Hakim, when you get a mortgage of $500,000 at the age of 50 years, it will cost you 800. You pay the 500,000 and then you pay another 300 and something thousand on top of it in interest. How about if Ajopro, through all these opportunities that we have enumerated here, can help you cost out of that 300,000, cost $200,000 off by engaging in discipline yourself, creating the milestones that actually help you to navigate the process of wealth building. So this is no brainer. It is something that each and everyone should embrace, each and everyone should do, because a lot of time we have done it. A lot of people have done it. I did it myself to out a $78,000 line of credit within 2 years. And this is something that you can do, as all these people, whether it's Maria, whether it's Chen, all these people have done it in their various little capacities to advance the cost of their financial empowerment in Canada. And this program, this, this program, this Ajopro, we have been so much celebrated in the market. We are in both Google Play and Apple, the iOS store, we have received 4.9 rating, from thousands of all kind of reviews that we've done. We have thousands of downloads at this time, and a lot of people that are using our platform. 98% of them, they believe this is a good idea. If you go to our website, you're going to see some of these testimonials in there. You're going to see how people that, even on this call, I might even give the opportunity to anyone that have used the platform here to actually testify to what I'm talking about, just for us to see and to understand that this is something that everyone should embrace. Because I think I was talking to someone at the beginning. I don't know if he's still here. Maybe I should just ask, has anybody in this platform used Ajopro in the past? Know somebody that have used Ajopro in the past, apart from the directors that are with us here, that can share a quick testimony or a testimonial of their experience? Anyone here can do that. Please unmute yourself, raise your hand, and let us hear from somebody on the platform.
Hi, Hima. You can go ahead, please. Thank you.
Go ahead, Hima. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. You guys are doing wonderfully well. I have a friend who actually introduced me. Sorry, he spoke to me about Ajopro last year. I was a bit, reluctant, and then this was early last year, 2023. And he said, well, he's already been involved. He's doing his contributions and so on and so forth. He broke it down to me and then told me, please, my friend, since you're planning to buy a house, please make use of this opportunity and so on and so forth. I didn't take it very seriously. But early this year, he came back to me and asked me, have I made any effort towards what he told me about Ajopro? Funny enough, I write, I have a second job like as a freelance writer for Winnipeg Free Press, and I actually did a story on Ajopro. I spoke to Mr. Adewumi, I think, I'm not sure, or sorry, Ade BC, I think he's one of the directors. And, so I told him, yeah, I'm familiar with it and so on and so forth. I said, so what have I been waiting for? He's already finished his contribution. He was contributing towards buying a second home for business. And he actually did it. He completed his milestone in January and said that was what he was contributing for. He has finished his contribution. He has gotten the cash. He has gotten approval for the second property which he was trying to buy, and he has actually put in tenants in that property. The property is somewhere in downtown. I think it's it's somewhere off Ellis in Winnipeg. And all along, I always thought he was part of Ajopro because maybe he had a private project, not knowing it was something as big as a second home. So that actually made me feel kind of bad that why didn't I take him seriously all along? Why didn't I grab his opportunity? So based on his, based on what he revealed to me and the fact that I am still struggling to put money together for a down payment for a first home, I said, you know what, it is now or never. We have to do it. So we started in March, and it's been going very well. And we are at the bottom of the queue, like you guys say. We're not in a hurry. We're working towards next year, and I think it's a very wonderful opportunity because almost no financial institution will give you this kind of opportunity without charging so much interest. If you pick up the phone today and apply for a loan from any money lender, yeah, they will be so excited. They'll probably even call you back and offer you so many range of packages because of the huge interest that they will be making off you. But with Ajopro, we can easily avoid all that. We, just like Mr. Adewumi has been saying, when we arrive in this country, we are already down on the ladder of society. We have so many disadvantages. So coming to Canada is a dream, yes, but it's someone said on YouTube that it is also sometimes the beginning of a nightmare if you don't have enough information. So
Exactly.
that is just my experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you very kindly, Mr. Emma. And I know that will be other people on this platform that also have similar experience. And but because of our time, I just want to limit it to that. That is the reason why we have 98% of our customers believing that we are doing something good, something great. This is not made up. This is something very, very profound that we are doing. And very importantly, our market validation is now standing. I think we passed the $6 million early this year. Our transaction revenue continues to grow. We are on track to get into 8 million by the end of this year, which is an indication that we are growing and we are doing well. We are doing something good. We are actually making impact in the society. Now, what our product and services, and these are one of the things I wanted to pay attention to, just for you to understand how Ajopro can really be of help. We have diverse service offerings that actually you could use any of those service offering as you deem, and whichever one actually meet whatever your intentions are. Number one, the Ajopro tribe. Today, we expect that you sign up and then you become one of our members. And we have a lot of good things that we share as members of Ajopro tribe. And you're going to be part of a community that is coming together to build wealth, to teach each other how to get well along and how to get things done better. We have the Ajopro early position takeout. What this is saying is you start your contribution. You remember the illustration we gave with the couple that needs $10,000. This couple, they needed $10,000. They took we used the advantage of number 17. We took the advantage of number 25. We show you that. And also number 1. So let's say you start a Rosca and the system puts you, based on the information you provided, put you at number 17 or number 18. And in the process, you suddenly realize that you needed money. You need to spend money on something very important, very, very critical. You have the opportunity to do an EPTO, early position taker. So you can take out your money, take the entire money out on trust that based on our risk management evaluation and also the availability zone provider, your manager, giving us the approval. Ajopro has a risk management team that does all the evaluation, but that's something you could do. You can do back-to-back. With back-to-back, you will realize that when you are setting up your ROSCA, when you get all your plans, it will tell you either one of two or one of one. When you have one of two, it's a back-to-back contribution. What that is saying to you is you are able to contribute the first year. So if you are contributing 448, you have $10,000 there. At the beginning of the second year, you will contribute that number 1, and then you have the opportunity to collect twice what your contribution is. So that means you can walk away with $20,000 at a back-to-back on a 10,000 plan for the first year that you have contributed. But this one doesn't qualify you for EPTO. So if you are going to do EPTO, you don't want to do one of two contributions, you want to do one of one contribution. And I will be taking questions on any of this. So you have switching. So switching is an opportunity we give to our users. When you start your Rosca, things were rosy, things were okay, you got everything going, and all of a sudden things change and you want to either downgrade your Ajo from paying 448 in the every two weeks to 300 every week, every two weeks. You have the opportunity to switch, and then we allow you to switch rather than you default or canceling the Ajo altogether. You can also switch to a higher Ajo. Things work for you, and you suddenly realize you have the more disposable funds. You can also upgrade your Ajo using the switching feature. We have the swapping. The swapping is what you do when you want to take another position. So you are on number 5 and you want to come to number 7, you have to swap your position. To do swapping, you need to have enough points in your system. And when you talk to us or talk to the availability zone providers, they will offer you more details. The Ajopro zero interest card is coming soon. It's one of the things that we are working on behind the scene. So this, you watch out for this. This will be the first card globally that you can use in any grocery store. You can use to make purchases, and it will be coming to you at no interest, at no charges. So we are working on that, and you can only become a part of that if you are a member of the Ajopro tribe. We have the availability zones. So these are the people that have invited you today. Those are our zone providers. We have right now 22 of them across Canada, and they will be the one through which you will be coming into the program. To become a tribe member, you have to provide a zone code that you will use to be able to do the work. So that is one of the hallmark, and what you make our program unique is a community-based system. All our zone providers, they have their platforms during which through which they send information to their various zones. So I'm encouraging every zone provider at this point to begin to test whatever your zone code is to the people you have invited, so that when they join today, they will be able to use the appropriate code. Now, our team is solid. Our team is great. And of course, our team has expanded beyond this group of people here. We've added a couple of additional directors to expand the work that we do. But, at the helm of affairs is our CEO, Mr. Akim Adebisi. I don't know if he's able to join us, but I know he's on a trip right now, and he's also doing a presentation to Ajopro on that trip. If he's able to join us, I will call him to say one or two things before we round up here today. We have Derek Pena, who is also a co-founder, Mr. Tokwe Otubusen, who is heavily anchored here. I cannot see his face, but I can see his star logo here. It's the chief. Yes, so thank you. We have my humble self, Daniel Adewumi, and we have Mr. Adeni Seidu. I don't know if he's here also. We also have Mr. Biola Razak, who you met the other time, and I think I saw Mr. Bumi Aregbeshola on the call as well. So thank you all. These are the team of people that are behind Ajopro, that makes it tick, and working tirelessly behind the scene to ensure that you are getting the full benefit of Ajopro. Now, this morning, before we go into question and answers, I want to share with you how are you able to create a roster in Ajopro. It's very important for you to know how you do that. So I'll play a quick video here for you, just for you to see how you can create a roster in Ajopro. Now, one thing that is very important is you need to be able to you log in into, or you sign up into Ajopro. You use your availability zone code. That will provide the opportunity for you to sign up and to get into the system. When you create it, you create your milestone, and then from your milestone, you get other things that you need to do, which this video will provide more opportunity for you. I'm going to play it. It's just 1 minute video, and then we go into question and answers.
How to create a milestone on Ajopro. Milestone on Ajopro represents your saving goals. It could range from a mortgage to a new car to a vacation. Anything really. Let's go to home page. On the home page, click on the Start Contribution or click the Contribution menu. Click the plus button to create the new milestone. Proceed to filling out the details of your goals and targets. Choose your preferred number of installments. Choose your preferred date of last payment. Impute your income, expenses, and obligation details. Ajopro shows you possible plans to achieve your goals. Then select your preferred plan. If you have any questions, please reach out to us via our email, info@ajopro.com, or reach out to your zone coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you again this morning for being a great audience. I will be able to take one or two questions or few questions. I see a question from on the chat. I don't know, Mr. Abiola. Okay, thank you. So please, is it available on Google Play Store? It is. It is available on Google Play. So if you go to Google Play Store, you will find Ajopro app on the Google Play Store, and you can download it. And from there, you are able to go through all the information that you receive now on the video, on the short video that we play. I am here, and also the other directors here. We can answer your questions. If you have any question, please unmute yourself, ask your question, or you can still use the chat button, the chat.
Good.
Go ahead.
Just
Good
to
morning.
that. So if you also have any of our flyers, or you go to our website, if you scan the barcode, it takes you directly. If you use an Android phone, it takes you directly to the Play Store, and it downloads automatically. If you also use an iPhone, it takes you automatically to iStore, and you can easily download it from iStore as well. So just scanning any of the barcodes as well would also work.
Thank you. Mr. Bernard, I have a question.
Good morning, sir.
Are you the one I spoke with recently?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. Great to have
I
you.
think I joined last week.
Yes, I know that.
My question, I have like two questions.
Okay,
I
sir.
think one has to do with you talk about people investing, buying from our people, which is good. My observation is this: even just common marketplace, what you have used for over the years, and Africa or Nigeria man want to sell it. Somebody will sell it for you like $20. Nigerian man will put like 70. I have witnessed this over the time. So trust, I think, is one of the major problems we are having as an African. So I don't know how we can bridge this gap for someone that is going to do business. For instance, now, like I told you, I'm planning for my first home. I could have wished to buy from African man, but they won't tell you the truth. They will not tell you everything that is involved. So these are the challenges we are having. So, and I don't know how we can bridge the gap. And then I need a comparison between Ajopro and cooperative back there in Nigeria. The reason why I'm saying this, cooperative is more or less like investment in Nigeria. You take money, you pay the money back. It's still your money. So I want to know the difference between Ajopro and a cooperative back in Nigeria. If we don't have something like that, is there any room for investment inside the Ajopro?
Thank you very much, Mr. Bernard. Before I answer your question, and I will let you speak, Mr. Abiola, I just want to quickly answer some question on the chat panel. Somebody said, how do I become a member? I believe you have been answered, and I see Mr. Otubusen answering that. How do I make my position to go higher, say from 9 to 3, because I need urgent student loan and my position is still below? So, Bethel, I would like you to speak with your Ajopro availability zone provider and let them bring your case up to us, and we will look at how we can help. So, Mr. Biola, I saw you wanted to respond quickly to Mr. Bernard's question. Please go ahead very briefly.
Yes, thank you so much. And just to add to the response to the person who says, how can I become a member? So you can also chat any of the directors. You can chat Mr. Daniel, you can chat Mr. Topper or myself, and we will just ask for the person who introduced you, and we would give you the zone of the person. We would guide you through the entire process. So if you don't mind, you can also drop your number. We would reach out to you via call. For the person who also said you need to pay school fees, that you want an earlier position, please also chat us directly. We would leave our phone numbers, and you can also chat us. We would also coordinate that together with your availability zone provider. Just to quickly answer Mr. Bernard's question. First, I will start with the one about cooperative. And because of time, I'm going to give two differences amongst several other differences between us and cooperative. The very first difference is that if you're doing a cooperative, most cooperative will say you can only take 2 times the money that you have or 3 times the money that you have. So in Ajopro, it's not about whether you can take 2 times or 3 times the money that you have. We've seen several people, for example, who want to buy a house, for example, and they need equity down payment, and they need, for example, maybe 30,000 or 40,000 equity down payment. They only have 10,000 with them. They come into Ajopro. Ajopro is able to support them to give them number 1 or number 2. They've never even contributed money into Ajopro. So in that instance, for example, we're able to work that out. You have, for example, maybe you are collecting 5 times, 10 times, or even 15 times the money that you have in Ajopro in some instances. Okay. So that pretty much completely makes it different from cooperative. Second thing is the fact that for cooperative, even when you pay back the loan, your money that is in that cooperative continues to be there. In our own case, you take out that money, you do whatever you want to do. You can then start another contribution if you like. So in the case of the cooperative, your money is static there. In our own case, we encourage you to continue to turn over the money to build wealth for yourself, not keeping the money static. So that's another difference. Because of time, I will stop here. There are several other differences that we can say between us and cooperative. So this is completely different from the cooperative model. It's also completely different from the traditional Ajo, Isusu, or Adashi that we're used to. But it takes the concept of Adashi and takes the concept of time value of money and modernize that using technology to be able to solve the problem that we see that is peculiar to our environment here. So I don't know if that answers the question about the difference between us and cooperative. Just to also about the issue of trust. Trust is something that is built over time, and you are absolutely correct. We've seen this, for example, several times. One of the reasons why we actually built Ajopro is also to foster trust within our community. And why do I say that? If, for example, people come together and say they want to do Ajo, which is a bit different, the concept that we have is a bit different. First thing, for example, that happens is, I'll give you a simple example of my own experience. We came together sometimes several years ago to do our job, and we're about 10. And everyone was rushing to take number 1, number 2, number 3. And I said, okay, not a problem. I'll volunteer to take number 10. After the first round, I was expecting that we're going to flip the coin, and I'm going to take number 1. And that was when almost about 5 people who took the early position, for example, they all said they have commitment, they have this, they have that, and everyone went away. That's about the thing that you're talking about. We beat the concept of Ajopro because you don't have to worry about looking for people who wants to contribute money with you. You don't have to worry about people, whether somebody pays his own contribution or not. Ajopro provides that assurance and that clearing house capability. So you don't have to worry about other people's ability to pay or not. We've seen in Ajopro over the last 4.5, 5 years that we started, we've had situations where even a member actually dies. People who are doing contribution don't even know the person died, for example, because they are not aware of even the person they're doing the contribution with, because of the privacy and the confidentiality that Ajopro brings into play using technology. So all of those trust issues, for example, is something that Ajopro tries to resolve bringing a community together, creating an ecosystem, and having a platform that can provide that trust and assurance to people. And over time, people begins to know each other, people begins to get that discipline and trust, and it's something that our community would also build over time and will be able to foster just like every other communities do here in North America. So I'll stop here because of time, and we can engage on this further outside of the meeting. Thank you so much, Mr. Bernard.
So my last question, it has to do with a security check. Because of information technology, there are a lot of threats, scammer thereabout.
Yeah.
What is Ajopro doing about it? Because like as at yesterday, because I like example, it happened to me. I didn't make any transaction in my account. I just saw like $87 and $17 in my account. I have to call my bank, my account officer, that this is what is happening. So they now directed me to call one number. I now call. So what is Ajopro doing against in the area of information technology in respect of scammer and people? And then, for instance, last week that I joined, I don't know some people. I know Sister Tolu that has, let's say, my Zona coordinator, and I spoke with Mr. Adewumi. I believe we should restrict talking to people to the board, let's say the directors and maybe our Zona coordinator, so that we won't listen to people talking from out, because in Nigeria, Manitoba, just of present, a lot of scam some people away with money. So I believe we should restrict our talking to our Zona coordinator and maybe the board of director. So I would like you to advise me on this also.
Thank you very much on that. I believe that our system is very well secured to start with.
Okay.
Just get that understanding. Our system is well secured. Everything we do is encrypted, and we have people, more than 7, 8 people that are watching over this consistently on all the transactions. So there is nothing that, I mean, almost every day we are having every time an ongoing transaction. Everything's happening all the time. So we are always constantly in the system. If we see any suspected this thing which we have not come across, we are able to prevent and do that. On your own side, you have a responsibility of security as well.
Okay.
If your account number is not a threat, like if you either provide your account number to us, it's not a threat. People give account number all the time, but saying something to people is absolutely not even a big deal for us, in the sense that that we are dealing with, we know that your bank has vetted you before you come to us. So that's one of the KYC, and we take some information from you as well. And
Okay.
any suspicious activities, we be both screened from your end and our end. We have been running this for over 5 years, and we have not have any issue of scam or anything in that perspective. So what we do, everything we do is like we go through a standardized system that is very difficult to beat. So I don't know if Mr. Otubusen, who is
Let
the
me just add to that. So just to add to what Pastor said, our system is actually PCID compliant. What that means is the fact that when you put your card or you put your bank details, for example, we're already certified from the PCID compliant. And if you go to our website, I think we also have some of those compliance stuff on the website. It's one of the things that a fintech company like ourselves will have to do. Second thing is the fact that irrespective of how strong a system is, we've seen here, even in Canada, big multinational companies, for example, have been hacked. We've seen situations where even government agencies and government institutions have been hacked. That is why we continue to make investments. So it's a continuous investment in security. I think the biggest investment we've made this year is actually on technology. You might have heard that we released Ajopro 2.0 earlier this year. One of the reasons why we released that 2.0 is the fact that we want to enhance the feature and the user interface. But in addition to that, we also had to migrate and invest more even in IT security, just to enforce and reinforce the level of security that we have in the system. So it's something that we were happy with. It's something that we continue to invest in, and it's a continuous exercise. And we also continue to also advocate and encourage users as well, and educate users, just to ensure that they also don't become the weak link through which hackers will come into our system as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, any other question? If you have question, this is the time for us to, and if you have not, so somebody asked here, is there any cost associated with using Ajopro? So Mr. Adekola Owode, very much we mentioned about the cost of your Oscars, depending on when you are taking it. So you pay a fee, just one-time fee, when you are taking out money. And at the moment, normally our registration fee is $35. But at the moment, we are running a promotion. We've been running it now for more than 4 or 5 months. The promotion is for registration to be free using the code from your availability zone manager. So if you join today, it's going to be free for you to join. And the only cost you will have to pay will be the cost that will be associated to when you take out your money. So let's say you choose to take number 1, the fee is more than when you take number 10 or number last. So that's the only fee. We don't have any other payment you made into Ajopro goes directly into your capital investment. So that is into your payment. Nothing goes into interest. I believe that answers your question, Mr. Owade. So the breakdown is not on the website because there is no standard breakdown. Okay, so what you pay is different from what I pay, depending on the factors that contributes to what you pay are the amount you want to collect. If somebody wants to collect 10,000 at number 1, the fee is different from somebody who's collecting 5,000 at number 1. So there is no how you can standardize this. So when you are filling out your information on the app, that is when you are going to know what your fee is. So you have to become a member. You have to download the app. You have to use your AZ zone to register and create a milestone. Once you create your milestone, you are contributing, and the time comes for you to take money. You put in the information in terms of, oh, how much do you want? Your milestone is $10,000, and you want to take number 3. That will be the time that the cost you are going to have will be informed, because we can't put any amount on the website because it's not the same for everybody. Okay, thank you. Is there any insurance cover against loss of deposit in case Ajopro is hacked and money is lost to hackers? Does Ajopro have plans one day to offer home loans to members? At this time, I think we've already talked about this loss of deposit and the hacking thing that Mr. Bernard raised. At this point, I think it will be what we do have with our bank, with our operation, is for any loss that happens on our system, we are 100% covered. That's all I can tell you on that, Mr. Iman. The second thing is, does Ajopro have any one day to offer home loans? Yeah, we do right now. It all depends on the amount that you are thinking about. So if you are looking at an amount that is that you can run through your Rosca. I mean, we can't just, if we say you want to take $50,000, for instance, your Rosca is going to be a whole lot of money in a month. So how much are you going to be paying to cover that? So as long as the payment is within the Rosca, I think it's about 28,000 or whatever, 25,000, unless you want to do a back-to-back. That is, and you can use the money to do loans. And one of the things that Ajopro is aiming to do is, in the next few years, is in our road plan to become the first Black-owned neobank in Canada. When we become that, we'll be able to do more. We'll be able to roll out more opportunities and do more for our members. At that point, we can even be financing mortgages and all those kind of a thing. but we get there a step at a time, and we are trying to grow into that. So right now, if your Rosca can take home your deposit, that's fine. We'll be able to do it for you, Mr. Emma. Otherwise, we have to wait until we become a full neobank to be able to run the full mortgage. Okay, I think, thank you so much. Any other question before we shut down here? I don't know, Mr. Kim, if you are hearing us, because our discussion is going to be able to join. If you want to have a word to this wonderful, great audience this morning, you may come in. If you are anywhere here, because I don't know, maybe you have you use another phone to join, and if you are not here, that's fine. But I just want to find out if we have any more questions before we shut down today. We are just around the time to finalize this morning. Okay, so thank you so much for being a wonderful audience this morning. Please,
Thank you, sir.
thank you so much, Mr. Bernard, and everyone on the call today. Please, if you are yet to sign up, I encourage you to go and sign up and also create a Rosca. And if you have any questions, we already put our information on the screen, on the chat. I have my phone number there. Feel free to reach me. Feel free to call any of the directors. We'll be more than happy. Mr. Tope Otubusin, Mr. Razak Abiola, be more than happy to help and provide all the information. You can also reach out to your AZ manager. Thanks to all the availability zone manager on the call today, Madam Tolu and the rest of the people, Mr. Ahmad, and every other one. Thank you kindly. And I think we are going to adjourn this meeting, and we shall meet again. So for the recording, it will be sent to you. We will send the recording to everyone on the call. You will have a copy of it, and then you will be able to possibly go through it again. And if you have questions from it, you may still be able to ask. The meeting for this for this month, sorry, will now be adjourned. Thank you very kindly, and have yourself a very wonderful rest of the weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Pastor Dan.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.